Greetings, friends. I'm AK.
And I'm Laura.
And we are
The Chainsaw Girls. On today's episode, we are in the heart of spooky season and we are continuing our spooky themed movies, our Halloween movies this month. We are covering 2000's Ginger Snaps.
I love this movie so much and I am so excited to talk to you about it.
No, I am too, man.
We really didn't do a lot of off-air talking about this one.
No, not at all, actually. Usually we do. Usually we're like a little bit prepped. We kind of discuss the movies a bit, but this time, no, not at all.
Yeah. And I do feel like my voice is a little raspy right now, so bear with me, but we're going to get through it.
I apologize again.
Don't. Stop apologizing.
This movie was written by Karen Walton and John Fawcett. Both of them are Canadian. This is a Canadian film. Hello.
Yeah. At one point, I saw Ontario license plates on the front of the car. I was like, oh, yeah, this is Canadian.
I love it. It was filmed in Etobicoke and Brampton, which are in Ontario. It had a budget of $4.5 million and it grossed $572,781.
Oh, shit.
There are reasons for that, which we will discuss as we go on.
This can currently be found on Shudder. It's actually on The Last Drive-In with Joe Bob Briggs.
Yes, and I actually did get quite a few fun facts from Joe Bob.
Yeah.
He is the best, and he covered this movie so well, as he always does.
It can also be found on AMC Plus and Philo? Philo?
I don't know.
Philo.
Okay.
We'll go with that.
Yeah, let's go with that. Should I read IMDb?
Please do.
Let's do it. Two death-obsessed sisters, outcasts in their suburban neighborhood, must deal with the tragic consequences when one of them is bitten by a deadly werewolf.
Accurate.
I love it. So this movie specifically, so in Canada, we didn't get HBO.
Yeah.
Okay. We got TMN, which is the movie network.
Okay.
And at one point during high school, we actually had the channel. I remember my mom invested in like satellite for the first time in my life. It was a big deal. Anyways, this movie came on TMN all the time and I was obsessed. I watched it over and over and over again. It totally kind of encapsulates that like early 2000s, which is when I grew up.
Yes.
Right? In high school. And as I watched it, I realized like I totally understand why I love this movie because the two gals, Bridget and Ginger, remind me so much of what I was like in high school.
Yes.
Right?
I can totally see that. I can only imagine how I would have felt if I got to watch this movie at that time as a teenager.
There was something very epic about it, especially like how they staged like the death photos and just their sort of like, I don't want to say like we're weird outcasts, but that's kind of the vibe they have. And I remember in high school, especially like I would say when I was, what do you say in the United States again? A freshman?
Freshman or like junior high. Oh, no, they are freshmen, sophomore maybe.
They're sophomores. For me, I think I was probably their age or maybe a little bit younger. And I definitely felt like I had that sort of vibe.
Oh, yeah.
In high school.
Where you're just like, woe is me. Everyone hates me. It's cool to hate everyone else.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I don't know if I mentioned this already, but this was also directed by John Fawcett, who was the co-writer as well.
Yes. And if you're watching on YouTube, or even if you're not, we have to discuss your outfit.
Oh, yay. Yes. So I am wearing bloody white boots, a bloody white satin corset, and then bloody, well, I don't know if they're bloody, but they're just red leather pants.
Yeah.
And my thought process behind it is, one, I didn't really feel like dressing like a werewolf. And also this movie not only, is about werewolves, but it also is an analogy for women, getting their periods and, the experience of that happening as a young gal.
Yeah, girlhood into womanhood, I would say.
Yes. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Can I ask when you first got your womanhood?
My womanhood? When I first started my menstrual cycle?
Yeah, your menstrual cycle. What was that like for you?
Oh, did we talk about this on one episode? Maybe I just told you privately, but...
should I not have exposed this?
Oh, no, that's fine. Because
Okay.
actually I was thinking about it, but I couldn't remember if I already told this story.
Yeah.
But I must have been maybe 12 or 13.
Yep.
And my friend, very similar to how we're going to see sort of in this movie, my friend, I told her privately, she had dinner with us later that night with my family. And she told my mom while I was in the bathroom. And I was so pissed off.
That is so...
The betrayal. But
The
at the same time, it actually helped me out that my mom knew.
Sure.
Because then she could help me and give me what I needed.
Yeah.
So...
But I feel like your friend should have asked you permission before she did that.
I do too. I was pissed.
Yeah.
And I was embarrassed.
Embarrassed.
Which you shouldn't be embarrassed.
Of course
but
not.
we somehow that's ingrained in us that we should be embarrassed, especially we'll see in this movie and from our personal experiences, especially talking to men, they get very uncomfortable around saying the word period or a menstrual cycle or menstruation.
Or period blood.
Yes. Though I used to love using that to my advantage at school.
Yeah.
Like my first day of my period would be so bad
Yeah.
that I would have to go home once a month.
Cramps?
So bad.
Me too.
And I didn't know how to handle them at first.
Same,
It was
yeah.
like torture. And
They were the worst ever.
I didn't know how to deal with it. I didn't
Yeah.
know heat helped. And no one told me
Yeah.
that.
Right,
So
right.
I would go home. We had this chair that vibrated. Like it's supposed to be a massage chair, but it's just like rattling your brain.
Yeah.
And I would sit there. I would take a Midol and then I would sit there in that chair and I thought the vibration maybe helped. It didn't.
Yeah, maybe you thought in your head like if it's a distraction from how I'm feeling.
Maybe. But when I learned that you can just lay in the hot ass shower with the shower head hitting your stomach and that makes it go away, game changer. However, I used to use it to my advantage and to teachers.
Yeah.
Especially a male teacher.
Oh, they don't
I'd be
know.
like, I have cramps. I think I'm starting my, and they'd be like, no, it's okay. Just go to the office. They didn't want to talk about it.
Of course.
Which just speaks a lot to society and how uncomfortable people are talking about it, even to this day.
Absolutely.
But I definitely use it to my advantage.
Yeah, no, I had really bad cramps in high school too that I didn't really understand. And it's interesting because I didn't get really bad cramps when I first started my period. I don't know if I told you this story, but I skipped school one day with Schlee and we went down to Much Music and it was either No Doubt or Korn that were at Much Music. So we skipped school and we went down there and I was wearing khaki pants. I was 13. I think I was in maybe grade 8. And I was like, oh, something feels weird. I feel a little weird. Went to the coffee shop across the street and lo and behold, came on my period. Now, did that stop me or deter me? Absolutely not. Just threw on some, tissues down there and we're ready to rock.
Oh my gosh. Did you just like roll up a wad of tissues and
did.
just stick them in your pants?
I was not about to miss either. It was Korn or No Doubt. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head, but there was no fucking way I was letting my period stop me.
No.
Yeah.
I know someone who actually used newspaper for that one time.
Oh, bless.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
terrible.
But it was an emergency situation.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Not putting it in there. But
No,
like,
but even the
yeah.
that's like chafing, man. Ow.
I thought you thought I meant she like used it as a tampon.
like a makeshift tampon.
That'd be horrible. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
I'm wearing a Substance shirt. If you haven't seen that movie, The Substance, you definitely should. I don't know if
it's
you can
fantastic.
really see it on the camera.
I feel like that's fitting for this movie.
It's a body horror.
Hell yes.
Hell yeah.
And the way that women are perceived.
Absolutely.
And the women experience,
and our body image and all that stuff. All that fun stuff.
Yes, it is a blast.
I do just want to give a very small trigger warning because there's a lot of talk of suicide in this movie, especially right up front.
like suicidal ideation.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
So should we start talking about the movie?
I think we should dive in.
Let's dive in.
Hell yeah.
Strap in and strap on, everyone.
Yay!
I haven't said that in a while.
I know, it's been a minute.
Okay, so we're kicking off this movie seeing the town of Bailey Downs. Seems like a small town. It's quiet. This was filmed in Brampton, Ontario, from what I understand.
Yes, Brampton and Etobicoke. There are some interesting things about how they went about filming this movie. There were a lot of issues trying to produce this film and put it together because at the time, the Columbine mass shooting had just happened. And so because this film was centered around teenagers and the violence around teenagers in high school, when really, I mean, it's not really about that, but that's how it was perceived. I guess the Toronto Star, which is a pretty big newspaper in Toronto, put out an article boycotting, calling to boycott the film. So it was really hard for them to secure any locations within Toronto. And they had to actually go to the suburbs of Brampton, Etobicoke, Mississauga, I believe Markham. And it was really difficult. I guess like 6 or 7 casting directors would not work with them.
Wow.
Yeah, they made a huge stink about it. I guess they lost financing because of this, and they had to go to like a bunch of different cities, including New York, Vancouver, to find the leads of the film.
Yeah.
Which the story behind the leads, casting the leads, was also pretty kind of interesting, which I can get into later.
Yeah.
But it was just a real struggle to even get this movie off the ground.
Yeah, and I do feel that is a stretch, a bit of a stretch. This movie isn't about a shooting. It doesn't really take place in the school. Things happen in the school, but it's not like she attacks all her classmates. So I really don't see the link there besides that they're teenagers.
No, I agree with you 100%. I feel like that was definitely an overstretch and, a bit of pearl clutching going on there.
Yeah.
Thankfully, obviously, they did eventually secure funding for the film and they were able to make it, but it sounded like it was quite the challenge to be able to do that.
Yeah.
It's so weird how that, shit like that happens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm so glad they were able to make it because I do think it is a really great film.
Yeah.
And I love that it's girls, man.
Yeah.
Fucking werewolf girls.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay, jumping back in. Sorry.
No, I love it. I didn't know that it was boycotted. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So we're seeing that this real town that they filmed in Brampton it looks like a quiet town. It's in the middle of nowhere. It feels like
It's
there's nothing.
very Canada. As soon as I saw it, I went, oh yeah, this is definitely a Canadian suburb.
It doesn't seem like much is going on here, but this is the town of Bailey Downs. We see a mother raking leaves in her backyard and her kids in the sandbox.
Oh, I totally forgot that we used to play in dirt.
You talking about sandboxes?
Yes. Why did I forget that was a thing?
I used to have the little turtle sandbox as a kid, but it had a cover to it.
I just remember playing in dirt a lot as a child, and this like triggered that memory.
Yeah, did you ever make mud pies?
Oh yeah. Weird. Anyway.
It's I don't know, getting your hands in the earth. It's just like, it's natural.
I think as a kid, it's like, ooh, look at me building shit.
Yeah.
Ugh, now I don't even want to I don't even like sand.
I do like sand.
Oh.
I do think about it though when I'm sitting on a beach. I'm like,
ew.
Cat's probably shit in this. But anyway, the kid's in the sandbox. We see that he's putting blood on his face or something red on his face, but the mother doesn't see this. Mm-hmm. So she goes up to him and she's like, what have you got there? It's a fucking paw, like a severed animal paw. Obviously, she freaks out. She grabs her son and she's like, Baxter. She screams and we see that her dog has been disemboweled.
Dude, it's wild.
I immediately went, sorry, Laura.
You know what? It's a werewolf movie, so I'm okay with it.
You forgive it.
I forgive it.
It wasn't a person that did this. Spoiler alert.
Mm-mm.
Then we get the title card, Ginger Snaps. Yes. We see a young girl walking out of her garage holding power tools and extension cord. This is Bridget, or as Ginger calls her, B.
B, and she's played by Emily Perkins.
Yes, and she does such a great little sad emo kid that hates the world.
She does. So Catherine Isabel plays Ginger. She was actually, I want to say like 19, and Emily Perkins was actually 22.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's a bit of an age gap there, even though in the movie it's switched, right?
Yeah,
Ginger's supposed to be a little bit older.
Yeah.
But weird fun fact about the two leads. They were born in the same hospital. I guess the audition process was really hard for them to find these leads, and these two girls auditioned on the same day and got the roles.
Yeah.
Right? They had the same agent.
Oh.
Yeah. So they just had a lot of things in common. So they kind of already knew each other, which I think speaks to the rapport in the film. You can really see that they have great chemistry.
Yeah, because they are sisters in this movie.
Yeah.
So Bridget is 15 and Ginger is 16.
Yes.
And when the garage door opens and Bridget has all these things she's collecting, there's like funeral music playing, basically.
Yeah.
And the mother comes out into the street, drops to her knees while she's still holding her son. And she's like, they got Baxter. And I can't fault her for completely freaking out, of course, after what you just saw. However, she's very, very theatrical.
Okay, how would I react?
I feel like you'd act the same way.
I would probably become a vigilante.
And just start like killing everyone.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because she's so dramatic in the street. Bridget doesn't give a fuck. And these kids are playing hockey and they stop and look at her. And then they're just like, yeah, anyway. And they keep playing.
Yeah.
So it is a funny visual. Mm-hmm. So Bridget yells at this dog next door, shut up, Norman. Norman will come into play later. Mm-hmm. Okay, we cut inside to Bridget's house where Ginger is there and she's holding a knife up to her wrist. This is the trigger warning part of it. The whole opening, really. And she's watching something on TV that says, can this happen to a normal woman?
Yes.
So this is actually a fake werewolf movie that they made for Ginger Snaps. Mm-hmm. And we'll see more of it later. They filmed a lot, but we only see like 2 scenes of it.
Yeah, which is kind of bummer because I want to watch the whole thing.
I know, it's so funny later, the dialogue.
Yeah.
So when Bridget comes in the house, she says, why can't they just catch that thing? And she's referring to the beast of Bailey Downs, which we will hear more about later. And then Ginger, with a knife up to her wrist, says, fuck, wrists are for girls. I'm slitting my throat. And then she tells B, you should definitely hang. And you're like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And we're finding out that they basically made this pact. And it sounds like they made a suicide pact.
They definitely did.
But like it sounds like they're actually going to, take their own lives.
It's very, very high school. Their whole conversation to me just reminded me so much of being 15, 16 and maybe TMI, but I absolutely had suicidal ideation as a teenager for sure. I mean, I was deeply depressed, so that's probably why. But this really struck a chord with me.
Yeah. And B says to Ginger, even your final moments are a cliche. Like she's just, they're sisters.
They are for sure, yeah.
And then Ginger tells her, you jazzed me up on this. Don't wuss out now. Or you jazzed me on this? Was that slang at the time?
I think
Canada?
it was.
Okay.
It might have been. Yeah. I mean, I say jazzed, but I say jazzed as in like, oh man, I'm jazzed.
Like excited.
Yeah.
So she says, out by 16 or dead in the scene, but together forever. That's like their little catchphrase, together, okay? So early 2000s teenager.
Yeah.
They hold hands. They like grab hands like this up in the air. And their bedroom looks like a prison cell to me.
It's like an unfinished basement, kind of.
Yeah, it looks like concrete walls. Their beds are just like, I think it's the bars and the simplicity of their bed. It looks like a cot.
I think it's the vibe that they're going for sure.
Yeah. They probably chose that. Like, Mom, we want to live in the basement.
1,000,000% they did, for sure.
So then we cut to Ginger, who was impaled through a fence, face up, blood everywhere, and dead, presumably. And then B says, too much blood. And I can see your gaunch. What the fuck is a gaunch?
I have no idea.
I meant to Google it. I'm going to if you want to continue this scene.
Yeah. So we find out here that the girls, I mean, this is like a quote unquote school project, apparently, but we do find out that the girls are a little morbidly obsessed with staging their death and like staging crime scene photos. They do this quite often. We'll see in their room that they have quite a few photos on the walls of fake death scenes.
Yeah.
I would say Bridget is the photographer. Ginger is like the actor or the or like the subject.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So we get the opening credits and we get all the different ways that they're quote unquote killing themselves.
Yes.
And so there's like a lawnmower runs one of them over. They do like very over the top things like pitchfork through the neck, but then they do other things like a bunch of pills or they fall down the stairs, things like that.
I absolutely understand why I was obsessed with this movie.
Oh yeah, at the time, definitely. I cannot easily find what gaunch means. I tried to look it up. I tried to look up Canadian slang. I tried to look up in Ginger Snaps specifically.
Yeah.
I assumed it meant her taint.
Oh, maybe.
Because she's wearing a skirt.
Yeah.
You don't see anything. You're looking at her from her head.
Yeah.
But I just assumed it meant
it might be
something inappropriate. But if anyone knows, please let us know.
Yes.
Also, the theme song is a fucking banger.
Oh, hell yeah, it is.
Oh, it's such a sad girl song.
It is such a sad girl song. That's such a good way to describe
It's
it.
like violins.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yep.
So now we cut to class. They're showing all of these images as a project.
Yeah, it's on those like the old school projector thing.
Yeah. And everyone starts clapping. The kids love it. The teacher's very concerned. And his reaction is funny to me. Like he's just very awkward.
Yeah. Doesn't he send them to the guidance counselor?
Yeah. He says, I'm sickened by this. Just completely sickened. Wasn't I? And I was like, were you, sir? It almost looked like he was having conflicting emotions about it.
Yeah, or like he's waiting for the rest of the kids in the class to be like, yeah, we agree with you. Meanwhile, everyone in the class digs it.
Yeah.
All right. And also, everyone in the class is so early 2000s.
Oh my gosh, how they're dressed, everything.
Yeah, dude.
And
I love it.
He does send them to Mr. Wayne, who was the counselor. And we learn that they are the Fitzgerald sisters here. One of the kids, who probably was Jason, but I don't remember if it was.
It is Jason.
Okay, says, can we see the ones of Ginger again?
Ew.
And everyone's like, yeah. We cut to a field where the sisters are sneaking a cigarette. Everyone else is playing. Did you know what they were playing right offhand?
Field hockey.
Okay, I'm a little embarrassed to admit I did not know what they were doing.
Oh.
The stick did not look familiar to me.
Do they not play field hockey in the United States?
They have to somewhere, but my school really didn't have anything. Like we didn't even have a wrestling team when I was there.
Oh,
we didn't
yeah,
have
I
like
didn't either.
wood shop, like nothing I saw on TV, all those extra classes. Even like French, I don't know. We only had Spanish, which I loved, but we didn't have a bunch of extracurriculars.
That's interesting. I mean, I went to an all-girl Catholic school. We had badminton. We did not have a wrestling team. I don't think we had field hockey, but we might have.
Was it an all-girl school?
I did. I went to an all-girl
Oh,
school.
that makes sense why you didn't have a wrestling team at the time.
Yeah, but now that I think back, I'm like, there should have been a fucking wrestling team.
There should have been. And there should have been in my school too, and I would have fucking joined it.
I mean, I wouldn't have, but still, we should have had it. So we're on the field, and the boys, including Jason, are all sitting on the bleachers, and they're watching the girls play this field hockey.
Yeah.
Jason is just saying very gross things about Ginger, being a little pervert.
He's like, yes, ladies, run for daddy. Ew.
Ew, double ew. So gross. Ginger mentions that she's having some back issues. And then Ginger and Bridget are discussing the cause of death of one of the girls on the field hockey team. Her name is Trina.
Yes.
Trina's a bully.
Yes. So at first, I didn't think, well, we'll get to it in a second, but they're playing a really, what I think, especially at 12 years old for me, because that's the time this would have come out, that the game they're playing is kind of fun. They say search and destroy.
Yep.
And they're basically saying pick someone and say how they died.
Yes. And I can tell you full on, I hated sports growing up. Like, I didn't hate watching them, I hated playing them.
Mhm.
And obviously, I was forced to play them in high school. And I remember the vibe. I had the exact vibe of Bridget and Ginger. Me and my girlfriends were exactly like this, just not paying attention to what we were supposed to be doing on the field and instead just talking about weird shit like this and thinking we were so fucking edgy.
Edgy, that's such a great word to use. So they say, well, Bridget specifically says, Trina Sinclair, DOA at the hair dye aisle, perished while seeking matching barrettes on nothing but diet pills and laxatives. That is so early 90s and 2000s.
So 2000s. Also, this was filmed at Scarlet Heights Entrepreneurial Academy in Etobicoke, Ontario, Canada.
Okay. Ginger adds, she likes her shorts up her ass crack. And girl, so do I. So no shade.
Same.
And then B says her favorite homework excuse, her nail glitter ate it. Now another girl overhears this and tells Trina about this.
Yep.
B's last line is standard cum buckety date bait, which here I was like, okay, they're kind of shitty.
Oh, they're being shitty.
Now, we don't see yet that Trina is a bully.
Yeah.
Now we can piece it together after you watch the whole movie. But at first, I didn't think they did a great job of making me hate Trina. So it almost seemed like the Fitzgerald sisters were the fucking bullies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally see that. I think the only reason why that I just assumed that Trina was a bully is because I was like the Fitzgeralds when I was in high school. So, and I thought girls like Trina were not the coolest.
Oh yeah, and at the time it was cool and edgy to like hate the popular kids. And yeah, it from my perspective at first watching the movie, I'm like, "Oh, Bridget and Ginger are shitty." But later we'll see more about Trina and we can kind of piece together that she was a bully. So they realize that Trina heard and Bridget's like, "Oh shit." So they start playing field hockey and Trina basically checks Bridget.
Yeah.
Like knocks her onto the ground.
And she falls into the corpse of a dog that's been ripped apart. Its insides completely exposed. And I mean, to the point that B is got the blood of this dog on her. Like she gets launched right into this dead corpse.
How did they not see that on the field?
I know.
Okay. And also, why is no one freaking out about the dead dog?
Nobody.
Everyone's just coming around and the teacher's like, all right, girls, knock it off, you know?
Like, I almost wonder it's that thing of like all these kids are in high school, so they're just self-obsessed.
Yeah, and they're just oblivious to everything else around them.
Yeah, it's like their problems are the most important thing, so like they don't really give a fuck.
Yeah.
Although the teacher, I think, should have been losing her shit a little bit.
Right? About the dog?
Yeah.
And the boys watching in the bleachers, they're like, the beast of Bailey Down strikes again. That's 4 dogs this week.
Yikes.
Which I thought they were talking about Bridget, but I think they were talking about the dog in the field. So now we have established there is a creature killing dogs.
Yeah.
So Ginger tries to get in Trina's face and she says, if you touch my sister again, and Trina just pushes her away. And then the teacher comes and says, all right, separate. And they do. So Ginger kind of backs off.
Yeah.
And so in the locker room, Ginger finds Bridget. Bridget's covered in blood. A janitor's handing her something like a towel maybe. And Ginger comes in and she says, that janitor was looking down your shirt. And B's like, whatever, like as if, you know. I don't know if she said as if, but she would have at the time.
Yeah. So you can already see here the dynamic between Ginger and B is interesting.
Yeah.
Ginger, I like Ginger. She does push B around quite a bit. She's a little bit of a bully towards her. She definitely takes on that older sister, I know what's up, you know, you follow my lead, and kind of intimidates her into doing things that she wants her to do. And I feel like throughout the movie, B starts to get her voice and starts to be able to stand up to Ginger. And then you see that B is actually the one taking care of Ginger.
Yeah.
The roles are kind of reversed. But did you feel that way? Like, I felt like Ginger was a little nasty to be like throughout the movie.
She's bossy.
She's bossy.
She's bossy like an older sister. I mean, I am the eldest daughter, but she can be bossy. And then she tells Bridget here, I'll kill her for you. I'll do it.
Yeah, there's a I think because Ginger's a little older and she's a little more, how do I say this, like developed than B, I think because she is getting more sexual attention from men than B is, she's seeing the world through the lens of, you know, men are pervs and they're disrespectful. And whereas I don't know that B experiences that the same way.
Right.
So I feel like Ginger feels very protective of her.
Protective. That's definitely what she's doing. And yeah, I would say Ginger seems more, even though they're only 1 year apart, Ginger seems more socially developed.
More socially developed, even physically developed, you know, and even the comments that are made towards her throughout the movie are more sexually driven, as opposed to Bridget, who, even the way Bridget dresses, like she's very covered up, she's very like her hair's kind of unkept. She just is not interested, I don't think, in keeping herself, like her appearance so much.
Yeah, at some points that wig was killing me.
Oh, it's a wig?
I just assumed it looked like maybe in the hairline. And because of how poofy it was, there were points where Bridget was reminding me of Little Nicky. I think.
Oh my God!
I think it's because how she's looking, you know, she's looking up through her brow. And
it's almost
the
mousy.
hair.
There's almost like a mousy quality to her. Like
definitely.
She hides behind her camera.
Yeah.
And I just noticed the dynamic between them was really interesting throughout the film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even when Ginger says he's looking down your shirt, the janitor, B's like, yeah, whatever. Like, no, he's not, basically.
Right.
Like, men are not looking at me.
Right. Right. Exactly.
So then we cut to later in the parking lot, and they're planning to kidnap Trina's dog and make it look like it was attacked by the beast. They're not really going to hurt the dog, but they just want to freak Trina out. Ginger says, yeah, she's screwing a drug dealer, basically that she's asking for it, like for attention and for trouble.
Yeah.
And this is basically where I was like, okay, it's early 2000s. It's okay to be shitty to a popular person type of vibe.
For sure.
In this movie. At this point, it just looks like Trina was defending herself.
Right.
You know
because
what I mean?
We don't know yet that, right. We also see here that Trina approaches a van to grab some grass. And for a moment here, we're introduced to Sam, who is the local drug dealer.
Yeah.
He does stop and kind of look at his van at Ginger and Bridget.
Yes. And so I don't know if they ever say, but is he out of high school?
I don't know, because he's growing grass in the greenhouse at the high school. So I don't think he's out of high school. I think he goes to that school. I just think he's kind of like the stoner kid that, you know.
Maybe he's a senior.
Maybe he's a senior. He's a little bit older than them. I would say he's at least a year older than, maybe he's 17.
I hope he's in high school.
I would say, there's no way he's out of high school. I would say he's 17, and I would say Ginger's 16, and then Bridget's 15.
Yeah. And so you see that Trina's trying to talk to him, and she's like, you're going to call me later, right? Right? And he just leaves. He does not acknowledge her.
Right, yeah.
And so then here Jason walks up to Ginger and says, so Fitz, I think we should get together. And Ginger goes, oh, and walks away. And he goes, bitch. I'm like, okay, typical.
Do you remember like the first time a boy like took an interest in you and how awkward it was? Like I remember the first time a guy, like I think I was like maybe 13, 14. The first time a guy took interest in me, like I was so awkward, and I fully remember running away.
Oh my gosh.
Like running like Sydney from Scream. Arms flailing like, ah! Yeah.
I do remember feeling very awkward and not knowing how to respond, and kind of being like how these girls are in this movie. Like, wait, what?
Yeah. And I still played with Barbies at the time, you know, like I was in between becoming a young woman and still being a kid, and like not understanding these feelings that I had. And like, I definitely had a crush on someone, but like, what did that mean? And what did that entail? And like, do I want to hold your hand? And do I want to kiss you? But I also want to play with like toys. Like, it's just such a, they capture all of it really well. Yeah. That vibe.
It's definitely the coming of age vibe of the conflict of going from childhood to adulthood.
Yeah. And there's like sadness in that, honestly.
There is.
Yeah.
You kind of mourn your childhood and learning things you can't unlearn.
Ugh, so true.
So they're walking home now, and B says to Ginger, just say you won't go average on me. And they're having this conversation of kind of like what we were talking about before. They're just very like us against the world.
Yeah, dude. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And Ginger says, I'd rather die.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. It's so, oh my God. I just remember it. I remember getting a boyfriend, and I remember my friends being really weird. And then I remember my friends getting a boyfriend, and I got really weird. And it was just whole dynamic of like, they're replacing me and I'm so funny.
Their dialogue is so cringe now to listen to. And it's so funny because at the time I would totally relate with that. But as an adult, I'm like, oh, shut up.
Yeah,
like,
but as a kid, I think the writing's so good because it is so fucking accurate, man.
So while they're walking home, we see the kid next door in his hockey outfit. He's playing with Norman. Okay, that's his dog. That will come into play later.
Yep.
They get home and they see their mom. She's taking things out of the trunk. Her mom is played by Mimi Rogers.
She's amazing.
She is so fantastic. She was in Austin Powers. She was in Lost in Space and so many things. She actually chose a lot of her outfits for this role.
Yes.
She did such a great job. She's wearing like these sweater vests with all these like, I don't know, embroidered flowers on it and
She's
things like that.
Very over the top.
Very over the top. She seems to be kind of ditzy, I would say. But at the same time, I don't want to say overbearing, but she really wants her daughters to just like ask for her advice and she wants to help them.
She wants them to like her.
Yes.
She wants to be part of their life. She wants to know what's going on with them. She's excited that they're growing up. She's excited that, they're sitting around the dinner table, okay?
Yeah.
And I believe it's Ginger who says like she's been having back pain again. And her mom starts questioning her, like trying to figure out if she's having period pain. And she's very excited about this because according to the mother, Ginger and B are like late bloomers. Like they've not got their periods yet, even though they're both in high school. I don't really think that's that weird, but
no, because it happens at a range of an age. And she says both girls are 3 years late menstruating. And I'm like, well, they're a year apart. So how are they both 3 years late?
Yeah.
It can happen between like 9 and 16, 18. Like for some people it's longer, some people it's earlier.
Yeah. And I just feel like the mom is just really, really looking to connect with her daughters.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And dad is very uncomfortable with this conversation, of course. And then we also find out that mom and dad are going to counseling tonight. And they don't want Bridget and Ginger leaving the house because of this beast that's on the loose, right?
Yeah. And the dad's like, they never go out.
Yeah.
But then we're going to see they do go out. However, I do want to mention that when they're going into the house and the mom is taking things out of her trunk, she's like, look, girls. And she's like trying to show her these like flowers that she got or something, which will come into play later. Whatever she's holding at the time, though, it looks like wheat to me. Like just like, I don't know. I don't even know what it's called. I was going to say strands of wheat. I don't think it's called it's like a bunch of, I assume, flowers.
It's like decor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, you know what? It probably is for Halloween. It's like straw or something.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that. Okay, so they do go out and they are going to try to find Trina's dog.
Yeah.
They want to kidnap it.
Yes. Ginger's holding a big old bag of fake blood. And this is where I really noticed the power dynamic between Ginger and B.
Yeah. They get to the park because B is kind of like, I don't know. And
yeah,
Ginger's
she's
like,
on the fence about it. And Ginger's like, no, we're doing this,
And doesn't Ginger say at this point, like, it was your idea. So if you don't want to do things, stop having ideas or something like that.
It's so manipulative, but it's so high school.
And it's so sibling.
Yeah, yeah.
So they find another dead dog at this park. And it actually looks like Trina's.
It does. It's not, but
It's
it looks
not.
like it. Yeah.
Yeah. And so they go, Ginger says, perfect. Now we can actually leave a body and really freak her out. And they notice they're like taking parts of the dog, like the leg.
Oh my God. I think it's Bridget. She picks up the leg and it just breaks apart from the rest of the body. And she's just like, ew.
Yeah. And she notices it's still warm.
I would not touch that. There's no fucking way.
No. And then B says, oh, you got some blood on you, but it's coming down Ginger's legs. She's wearing a skirt.
Yeah, dude.
And then Ginger goes, B, I got the curse.
The curse.
Not the curse. That's horrible.
I know. But I absolutely understand the shame around it.
The shame that society gives us, but also the cramps suck.
Oh, they're the worst, dude.
Now
I don't get them very often. Like very, 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 very rarely do I get them. But man, back in the day, they were fucking debilitating.
That's the word I was looking for. They still are for me, but I know how to manage it now. I know what to do and I know how to proactively manage it.
Do you know what the funniest thing about being a girl and having a period is? Every single month, I'll start to like go a little loopy halfway through the month, closer to the end. And I'm like, man, I sure am emotional and insane. And why am I thinking all of these thoughts? And oh my God, I'm losing my, oh my God, my medication's not working anymore. And oh, you dumb bitch. It's your period. You're not crazy. That's why you hate everything and yourself.
Oh my gosh.
Like it's crazy how one, there's not enough studies done on women, period, and our
No pun
menstrual
intended.
right, about our menstrual cycles and how our hormones fluctuate through the month, and how you really only have 2 fucking good weeks out of an entire month that you feel great.
Yeah.
One of those weeks is ovulation, and my God, is it fantastic. But keep your cell phones away from your hands when you are ovulating, okay? Because you will make some mistakes. But anywho, I just, when it comes to your period and like that, not realizing every single month, like, oh, I'm not crazy.
Yeah, it's just my uterine lining falling out of my body for days at a time. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I just want you to know, if you've never experienced cramps, just think whatever the most like annoying thing is you ever have to do in your daily life, whether it's like even your commute to and from work or like dealing with someone at the office or whatever it is, imagine doing that while you're being stabbed with a knife in your abdomen and someone's twisting that shit.
It's like gas pain times 1,000. And it's living in your uterus and it's like squeezing the life out of you. It's horrible.
I am envious of people who have never experienced cramps.
No, dude. And I get migraines too. It's always around my period. I get the worst migraines of my life. I have to like turn all the lights off. I can't see. Oh, it's fucking terrible.
That's horrible.
Yeah. Don't you just love being a gal? I actually do though.
I know, I actually do.
I do.
So,
ew, imagine being a boy. No, thank you. Okay. Anyways, we digress.
So she tells B, I got the curse. And B says, ew. And Ginger's like, it's not contagious. God. Like she's already, just sounds like such a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
And then she says, I thought this was interesting. She goes, if I start simping around tampon dispensers moaning about PMS, just shoot me, okay? Which I just didn't realize people use the word simping back then, even though she's using it in a different way. At this point, I was like, are these girls insufferable?
That's what you said to me before I went on my walk this morning.
Yeah. I was like, am I just like in a mood or something, or are they actually fucking insufferable at points?
They're just teenager girls.
Yes.
They're just teenagers.
So it's kind of like what I said earlier about how watching it as an adult, you just look at it from a different perspective. Like, okay, girls, fucking relax. Like, it's not the end of the world.
It feels like the end of the world though when you're 16.
It does. And I do remember feeling that as well as a teenager.
Yeah.
And just like hating everyone and like, don't talk to me, mom. You know, that type of shit.
Yeah.
So they hear some creaking in the woods. Then they're like, you know what? Let's get out of here. They go to leave. Ginger gets pounced, like off camera, just takes her out by some beast.
Did it not remind you of An American Werewolf in London?
Yes.
So that was a heavy influence on the film, was An American Werewolf in London and Heathers. Those were the 2 big ones.
Which you can totally see in Sam.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It's that hairstyle. It's the bowl cut. Which was also very 90s, but this is, 2000, 2001. So it was basically the 90s.
Oh, man.
So she gets pounced on by this beast. B tries to follow her into the woods. She's screaming for Ginger. You can hear Ginger faintly screaming, but it's getting quieter, like she's getting dragged away.
Dude,
and then
it's actually really fucking scary.
It is. And then there's nothing for a second. And then suddenly Ginger runs back up screaming, tackles B, gets on top of her and is going, help me, help me. This beast drags her ass away. She is getting ragdolled.
Oh, yeah.
I mean fucking ragdolled. And you can kind of see the werewolf, but not really. It's like shadow, silhouette. It's the middle of the night in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
B starts hitting it with her camera and it's going off. It's flashing.
I thought that was so smart.
Yeah.
And also really brave.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But I mean, it attacked Ginger for so long. You can see it bite her at one point.
Dude.
I'm like, she's going to be dead. Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
They are somehow able to escape the werewolf. They run into the street out from the woods. As soon as the werewolf runs into the street following them, it gets fucking smoked by a van.
Yes.
And it's Sam.
It's Sam. Yes.
So he gets out of the van. He is the drug dealer, by the way. Did we say that? I think we did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He gets out of the van and he walks up to approach it. He sees what's in the road. But then we just cut to Bridget and Ginger running into the house.
Yeah, and they're like screaming. They're like looking for their mom and dad.
Oh, now you want your mom.
Of course. Of course. Bridget is trying to help Ginger with her like wound, and it's fucking gnarly. I really thought Catherine Isabel's performance here was actually both of them and Emily Perkins. Like they really captured that terror of like when you get hurt and you don't know the extent of it. You don't know if you're going to die. I mean, we've all been there where we've been injured or we've been, something happens and it's so scary and you're trying to, in the moment, not go into shock and try to figure. I just thought it was, they captured that so well here.
Yeah. And Bridget is saying, I think it was a dog or maybe it was a bear. Ginger is like, that was not a fucking bear. Okay, I saw it. It wasn't a bear. B notices Ginger's wounds are already healing.
Dude.
And she's freaking out. She's like, I need to call the police. And Ginger's like, no, look, I'm okay. I'm getting better. It's fine. And B is like, I thought you were going to die, ironically, because that's what they were doing in the beginning of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And they're sitting on the floor crying, hugging each other.
Yeah.
Later, we see B pulls a Polaroid out of her broken camera, and it looks like it's a close-up of the eye of the wolf, or werewolf.
It's a cool picture.
It is cool. And we cut to the school, and she's listening to this really boring video about...
It's like biology class.
Yes, and it's basically describing a parasite and what a parasite does, how it completely takes over the host and destroys it.
Mm-hmm.
B notices Ginger falling asleep, like face first on her desk, like slamming her head down. To us, or to outsiders, I guess, this would just look like normal teenage period stuff, you know?
I used to fall asleep in geography class every single time. It's so boring.
The first day of my period, I am exhausted, like drained.
I feel sick. I feel like I'm getting a cold. So
I feel like this.
Whenever I'm about to start, I feel like I'm getting a cold,
Yeah,
and I
same.
start taking all this oil of oregano, and then I'm like, oh no, it's just,
Yeah.
you know, your uterus turning on you.
Turning on you. So now the girls are at the store looking at a gigantic wall of tampons.
Huge wall of tampons.
The biggest I've ever seen in my life.
Ginger looks rough.
Yeah. And B says, are you sure it's just cramps? And Ginger says, just so you know, the words just and cramps don't go together.
Thank you, girl.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So Jason walks up to Ginger at the checkout. Like, why are you everywhere? I guess it's a small town, whatever.
Yeah, it's a small town.
Walks up to her at the checkout and says, you know, I have 3 sisters. Just so you know, nothing takes the edge off like a toke.
Like your tiny ass micro penis, you fucking pervert.
Well, I think he was talking about weed.
Oh.
He said a toke, not a chode.
I just assumed because he's such a little fucker.
Imagine he called his own dick a chode. Like, you want some of this? You know what? I'm actually surprised. I was surprised here he had a decent advice, and then he said he grew up with sisters. Why are you such a little fucking creep then?
I know. You grew up with sisters and you're... Okay. Yeah. All right. So I take it back. I mean, I still hate his guts, but...
Yeah. But yeah, he's suggesting smoking weed, which...
it does help.
I'd never did in high school, so I know, we already know your story. I just was a little prude in high school for whatever reason. Like, I was so scared to do anything. I know I mentioned that before in different episodes, but I wish I knew that at the time because I didn't know what the fuck to do for cramps.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So then we cut to Ginger smoking in Sam's van, actually. Sam doesn't know about this. We'll find out. But she's sitting there with Jason and his friends smoking, and B is outside, and she is not impressed.
Yeah.
So Sam approaches, and he gives her a price. He thinks she's trying to buy drugs, and she's like, I don't want any drugs. Just a very, like...
So cute.
And then he goes, then am scray, which I was like, oh my gosh, does anyone say that anymore?
No, definitely not.
What is it, Pig Latin?
I think so, yeah.
Pig Latin for scram, in case no one uses that anymore and you don't know what the fuck that is. And she says, I want to know what you hit, because she's looking at the front of his car.
Yep.
But he jokes about lycanthropy. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
It's the switching up of the pronunciation of it that fucks me up.
Yeah, no, same. Yeah, lycanthrope is a werewolf.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I know what that is. And she asks if he believes, and he says, do you? And then that's when he realizes that these kids are in his van, and he's like, get the fuck out. He's pissed.
But it's interesting how Sam, we really didn't need to convince Sam of werewolves at all. If anything, he right away was pretty much like, yeah, that was a really big fucking wolf, and it probably was a werewolf. Like,
yeah, it's kind of like he's semi-joking about it. But
it's almost like he's feeling her out.
Exactly.
Like, do you think it's real?
Wait, do you? Yeah.
Yeah.
So he kicks them all out of the van. Trina comes up. She tries to talk to Sam, and her and Ginger exchange words. And Trina's dog starts barking at Ginger to the point where Ginger fucking kicks this dog.
Well, the dog was like trying to attack her.
It was trying to attack her. But it was also on a leash.
Yeah.
But Trina was holding it, who was her enemy. I mean, if a dog attacks me, yeah, I'm going to try to kick it for sure.
Yeah. And that's a big dog. It's a huge Roddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she does kick the dog. And Trina's, of course, like, you bitch. Later, we see that B finds Ginger in a bathroom stall. Ginger's scratch marks are on her shoulder. She's showing B that they are growing fur out of them.
Like fur's protruding out of those cuts, man.
Ugh, that just looks like it would be so itchy.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh, God.
And
yeah.
she goes, I can't have hairy chest, B. That's fucked.
I love the dialogue.
Me too.
It's great.
And B is realizing, oh my gosh, you were bitten on a full moon and now you're hairy. And Ginger's not having this.
No.
She's like, I'm glad you're taking this so seriously.
Right, because Ginger still thinks that this could potentially just be a hormonal change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they notice now that Ginger is bleeding a lot. So she's wearing a skirt again and there's blood all over the floor and it's a lot.
Like it is dripping out of her.
Yeah. And they go to the nurse. This nurse is played by Lindsay Lease. She was actually from Second City. She is so funny. Even in such a short performance, she embodies this nurse in such a simple but hilarious way.
Oh, it's so good.
She's like, I'm sure it seems like a lot of blood. And she starts describing how periods work and she really explains away all of their symptoms.
Yeah, it's like it's totally normal.
Mm-hmm. And then B says, well, what about hair that wasn't there before and pain, which sounds like something that could happen during puberty. And she goes, yep, it all comes with the territory.
Yeah, exactly. She also, at the end of the conversation, hands the girls condoms.
Yeah, she says you have to protect against pregnancy and STDs now. Play safe.
I mean, listen, I think that open dialogue is really important, especially as teenagers. You do need an adult to say, take this condom, don't have unprotected sex.
Yeah.
There are consequences to that you might not be able to handle at this point in your life.
Yeah, I do think it's interesting when adults don't want that to happen, when they say like, no, you can't give them condoms because then they're gonna have sex. No, they're going to do it anyway.
Listen, I had lots of free condoms when I was in high school. I wasn't having sex. I was way too scared. Way too scared of that. Oh my God. I was such like, no way. I was scared.
I also was like, couldn't you get STDs before puberty though? I assume you still could have gotten those anyway.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely.
So I thought that was interesting that she said that, but I think mainly, the pregnancy thing.
Yeah.
And so back at home, Pamela is the mother, by the way, and they call her Pamela. Okay.
Pamela.
Which I am not a fan of that, but I just had a different relationship with my mom.
Well, that goes back to them being edgy.
Exactly.
And she's not mom. She's just Pam.
She's Pamela.
Pamela.
And so back at home, Pamela finds Ginger's period underwear in the laundry.
Yes, you know that her spraying it with the little spray that she does. It's like a
stain remover.
Yeah, that was like her idea.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like it was like a little idea she had to do that as like a little comedic thing.
It's so funny because these underwear are destroyed.
Oh, they are.
I was like,
those are the type of underwear. One, you should throw them away. But if you're gonna keep them for whatever reason, those are the ones you tuck at the very back of your. You know those days when like. You don't have any clean laundry and you have to dig through and you find like the ratty tatty fucking underwear from
it's laundry day.
They're like 15 years old. They're being held together with like a string.
Okay. Yeah. They are your forever period underwear.
I have like 2 pairs of
Same.
those. Really?
Yes.
I've had them since at least 2004.
They're like the only full butt underwear I have.
Me too.
And they're like super like comfortable and worn out at this point.
Yeah.
But they have like holes in them. I'm like, yeah, well, this is what they're used for.
And
only.
I'm never parting with them.
No.
No one's ever going to see them on me.
No.
Ever.
Or at all. They're
Ever.
tucked away.
They are so tucked back.
But yes, I wrote, girl, just throw those away at this point.
Toss them.
So the girls leave the dinner table and B says, I swear I didn't tell her. And Ginger is like, look, I didn't get bit by whatever you think I did. That's not real. They don't exist.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, did I change last night under the moon? Like, did it take a silver bullet to kill whatever we hit? No, it took a van.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ginger insinuates that B is just jealous of her because she is growing up and B is not. And B is like, yeah, like I want to be hairy and sucking off Jason McCarty. And then she goes, don't let me hold you back. And Ginger says, don't worry, I won't. And then she leaves. So Ginger is now reading up on the stages of menstruation and lycanthropy and marking it on her calendar for the full moon.
Oh, you mean Bridget?
Did I say Ginger?
Yeah.
I meant Bridget.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's like doing research.
Yes.
Well, also, yeah, she's doing research on both.
Yeah, she's counting down the days, which a full moon cycle and menstrual cycles are both 28 days.
So Karen Walton is one of the co-writers of the film, and John Fawcett, the other co-writer, wanted to write a horror movie. He wanted to write a werewolf movie. He was very inspired by An American Werewolf in London. So he approached Karen about writing this film, and she initially did not want to write a horror movie because she felt like, women were not depicted in the best light.
Mm-hmm.
right, in horror films. And that was why he encouraged her. He said, yeah, that's why we should write this movie, and so that we can change that.
Yeah.
And so I love that her approach to it was writing about the changes that women go through, the 28-day cycle of a menstrual period, and then relating that to being a werewolf.
Yeah.
Like, I just think that it's such an interesting analogy and such a great way of pairing those two together and making a fucking horror movie out of it.
It is such a great analogy. I never thought about it before watching this movie.
No, same, exactly. Especially as a kid watching it, I just thought I was like Bridget and Ginger.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I just love the analogy also because the moon does affect us in some way. No matter what anyone says, like the moon affects the entire gravitational pull. It has to affect us in some way.
Dude, we are all fucking stardust. Don't even get me started on astrology because I could go off about astrology.
We see that B here has a movie on in the background. It's the fake werewolf movie. And the dialogue here is so funny. I mentioned it earlier, but he goes, "Oh my God, there it is. It's hideous." And there's just a giant werewolf stands up like, "Rah." But that was a fake movie. And B also finds Ginger's razor here, which is covered in fur.
Yeah.
Now at school, Ginger gets her early 2000s iconic slow-mo walk down the hallway.
Yes. And she's looking very confident. She looks different, I would say.
She has now 2 thin silver streaks in her hair.
And I love them. It's
Love
kind of
it.
like our money pieces.
Yeah,
Except mine are blonde, not silver. Although now I'm like, maybe I want silver.
I do. I love silver hair. I think grays are hot.
Dude, do you know I have like little grays coming in and they're not gray, they're fucking tinsel.
What do you mean?
They're silver tinsel, like they look like tinsel.
Oh, like
they look
shiny?
Yes. It's not like regular gray. I'm turning into Gem from Gem and the fucking Holograms.
I love that for you.
I mean, I kind of love it too, but I do cover it up. Anyways, they're just little. Anyway.
You know, I started getting grays right in my parts.
Yeah.
When I was young, like in my
Same.
20s.
I was in my 20s too. Yeah.
So all the boys are noticing her now, which they were kind of before. I found it interesting how they did this because in the very beginning, I thought, oh, they're going to be like the outcasts. Everyone hates them. And then she's going to transform and be hot. But really, they liked her in the beginning. At least Jason did.
Mm-hmm.
But here now, everyone's like whistling at her. And you can see that her whole demeanor has changed.
Mm-hmm.
Later, we see in the field, she's pushing down Jason, kissing him. B is watching from the stands. She is not impressed.
No.
Sam was...
She looks worried. I would say less and not impressed and more worried.
Yeah.
And
also,
concerned.
she's observing her sister doing everything her sister claimed she hated.
Yes.
So I think she's just not happy about that too.
Mm-hmm.
Sam is hanging out outside the school like a fucking creep. We'll find out why, but it looks creepy at first. He's just in his van. He's waiting for B.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't know her name, so we have to wait outside for her to find her because he found her Polaroid of the wolf eye that she dropped outside his truck.
Yeah.
And he's like, why does this make me think lycanthrope? I know that's crazy, lock me away, whatever. And B just goes, I have to go, and gets out of there.
Yeah.
She's checking her calendar again that night, and then she goes to check on Ginger as she's sleeping. She pulls down the covers. Ginger's lying face down. She's wearing like a t-shirt, underwear. B goes to pull down her underwear. I was like, where the fuck is this going?
Yeah.
Ginger has sprouted a tail,
It's so gnarly, dude.
and it wiggles.
Ew, it looks like Toby's little nub tail.
It does. Oh my gosh. But more like bony.
Oh, Toby.
It's a great effect. And we cut to...
Oh, they don't use any CG. This is all practical effects.
Oh, yeah.
The director was like, we are doing all practical.
Love that.
Mm-hmm.
We cut to be with Sam in his greenhouse, and she hasn't told him everything yet, but I think she's just telling him that she's turning into a werewolf because Sam is calling bullshit.
Yeah, so Bridget is telling Sam that it's her,
Yes,
not Ginger.
not Ginger, that she herself is changing. And she starts talking about silver bullets, and Sam says, my van did a pretty good number on that thing, so let's forget about the Hollywood rules, which I really do like that they did that.
I love it too, yeah.
He says that there must be a cure or there'd be a lot more of them.
Mm-hmm.
And B says it's like an infection, just like she was learning about in school.
Right. And they discuss potentially using pure metal or pure elements because that's what they used back in the day to, when I say back in the day, I'm talking like hundreds of years ago.
Like ancient.
Ancient to like cure disease and stuff.
To purify their blood.
Yeah, to purify. And they use leeches and things like that. So they're trying to lean into that.
Yeah, and Sam is really excited about this because he's like, biology, now that's something you can sink your teeth into. No pun intended. Or actually, full pun intended. He mentions how he had an ear piercing that got an infection. Some girl recommended pure silver and it cleared it up. So he gives her that earring.
Right.
And so now at school, we see Trina saying to B, why don't you get your slut bitch sister a leash? Which I was like, slut bitch. Like, girl, pick one.
Right.
Ginger is making out with Jason against his car, and that's why she says this. B approaches her, because remember, they had a little fight. And B says, Ginger, a word. And Ginger turns and say, is it sorry? Which I was surprised she didn't say more like, is it sorry?
Sorry?
More Canadian.
Sorry.
B says no, and so Ginger leaves with Jason in his car. B yells into the car as she's leaving to Jason, she's ovulating. And everyone starts laughing, and you can see Ginger is pissed that she did this. She is ovulating, though.
Oh, girl.
Real hard.
Oh, yeah, she is. Yeah, I don't even think she likes Jason, but she's like, I like you right now, Jason. Let me send that text.
Yeah, if they had texted this time,
oh
shit.
no. Take my phone.
So at home, Pamela, the mother, is telling B that, this is a very confusing time for your sister and your turn is coming soon. And B is mortified by this. So then we cut to Ginger making out with Jason in his car.
Oh, making out. Oh my goodness.
She is trying to devour him, quite literally. Her stomach is growling and she's like, ha ha ha, my stomach. She is all over him. And he's like, okay, take it easy. What? What? Are you thinking about a story?
No, I'm just thinking about her ovulating.
Oh. He's like, take it easy. And he says, lie back and relax. And she says, you lie back and relax. This is so funny and so true to just like, I don't know, the irritability you feel.
Yes.
She goes from horny to pissed off so
quickly. Oh my God, yes.
And then he goes, who's the guy here? That was not the thing to say to her.
No way.
She slams him down into the seat and gets on top of him. And she's like, who's the guy here? She starts like shoving his face down. He's yelling. She starts biting. It's so fucked up. She starts biting him. He's screaming. So it looks like she's killing him.
No, it's fucked up, dude.
And then we cut to Ginger getting home. B is laying in bed at this time. She can hear that Ginger is crying in the dark.
Yeah.
And B's like, what happened? Did he hurt you? Girl, no.
No, definitely.
He did not hurt her.
Definitely not. But I could see why she would think that.
Of
You know,
course.
she's concerned.
Did he hurt you? G. I kept writing G for Ginger.
Yeah, I started to as well.
Yeah, it's just easier. Ginger runs into the bathroom. B notices that there's blood on her hand because she reached out to Ginger. And so she bursts into the bathroom. Ginger is at the toilet, throwing up, covered in blood, crying. She's like, something's really wrong with me.
She's having like moments of clarity here. So I thought that was really interesting because you can see the prey drive. She has like a very strong prey drive, right? As like the werewolf, but she also has these moments of realizing like, oh no, there is something wrong. Like that's not what I meant to do. Like couldn't control myself.
Her humanity. She's fighting between the two.
For sure, yeah.
And she says, I get this ache. I thought it was for sex, but it's to tear everything into fucking pieces.
Whoa.
Girl, same.
No, for real.
And so B says, where is he? And she says, next door. So you're like, oh shit.
Yikes.
They go next door and B looks over the fence and she goes, it's a very tense moment. And she goes, oh my God, you killed Norman.
I thought it was going to be Jason.
They set it up to make you think that it's going to be Jason.
Yeah.
But she killed the neighbor's dog.
Yeah.
And she goes, he was just barking and barking and barking. And so
when you're PMSing and everything is just driving you bananas.
Every little thing.
Like everything.
Yeah.
Like you're chewing too loud, you're breathing too loud. Stop looking at me.
Yeah,
like,
people always joke about PMS and like, oh, is your period coming? Is it that time of the month?
First of all, don't fucking joke about it unless you want to die. Okay.
like Norman. Just kidding. But also imagine if you're in pain, you're irritable.
Of course.
If you're in constant pain, you're just going to be annoyed at every little thing anyway. So even if you've never experienced cramps, you can imagine it that way.
Yeah.
So now we cut to the girl's bedroom because Ginger's like, what can I do? How can I change this? B is now sterilizing tools because she is going to pierce Ginger's belly button. And Ginger is on the bed smoking and she's telling B how she lost her virginity. She says, there's all this squirming and squealing and then he's done. And you're like, oh. That shit is so depressing.
Dude, it actually and then she kind of goes on to say that she's just another lay and he gets to just live his life. And
yeah, she says he got laid. I'm just the lay.
Listen, I can speak from my own experience. Like I've felt like that. I think a lot of women have felt like that.
Dude, after my first time, I literally went home and cried because I was so disappointed.
I ate a whole pan of homemade brownies and sobbed.
I did too.
Yeah.
Well, not the brownies. I just sobbed. I was like, this is it.
I know.
This is what everyone has been talking about and hyping up my entire life. Are you fucking kidding me?
I also felt so much shame.
Yeah.
Like a tremendous amount of shame.
I felt like I wasted it. You know what I mean? Wasted, quote unquote.
No, I know. And it's just sad that you would feel shame at all. But I think most women go through that. They feel, especially if you like sleep with someone and then they discard you.
Yeah.
You know, it's just an awful, awful feeling. And then to feel that way as a 16-year-old when you don't have the maturity to like, you know, be able to navigate through those feelings, that's just so heartbreaking. And I really, really felt for Ginger in that moment.
Yeah.
You know?
And she says, he's probably out there telling everyone what a fucking freak I am. And B's like, you can just say the same thing. And she's like, it doesn't work that way. And then B asks if she used something implying protection. And Ginger says no. Girl.
Yikes.
So B sits on top of her and pierces her belly button. She tells her that she just found this ring because she's like, oh, where'd you get it? I just found it. Like, I would be really concerned about that.
Yeah, but it is Sam's ring.
It is Sam's earring that she gave her. And I don't know how a regular earring would work with a belly button piercing, but it is a hoop, so they make it work.
I'm just going to tell you, when I got my belly button pierced, the needle didn't go all the way through and I almost passed out because when it was halfway through, the guy had to like double jam it in. And it was, I mean, I still have it pierced, but I've had quite a few piercings. That was the most painful piercing I've ever had.
You know what? My belly button was the most painful, even more than my tongue.
Oh, way more than my tongue.
I thought my tongue.
lip.
I had my lip pierced too. I had my tragus pierced. That one, honestly, the belly button was the worst.
It was the worst for sure for me too.
I thought it was because I was getting it done by my friend's boyfriend in their house and he was probably high when he did it.
Listen, the places I've gotten my piercings done, oh boy, are they questionable. Oh boy, how were you even allowed to do that at 14, girl? I don't know. But yeah, the belly button hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I was 18 when I got my belly button pierced, but I was 16 when I got my tongue pierced. My dad took me to spite my mom.
I love that.
So I had to, well, she did not love it.
I bet not.
I had to hide it behind her back.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And actually it was my brother that ratted me out.
Brother?
We were in a store. He said it absentmindedly, I think.
Yeah.
We were in a store and I was trying on these shoes and I was like joking around and I like went like that, like opened my mouth and he went, "What's in your mouth?" You fucking rat. My mom was so disappointed in me. That was the thing. She wasn't even mad. She didn't yell at me from what I remember.
Yeah.
She was so disappointed. She went somewhere that weekend and I didn't go. I stayed home.
Yeah.
And she wrote me a letter to tell me how disappointed she was.
Wow. Really?
And that made me feel so much worse.
Over a piercing?
Yeah, because I did it behind her back on purpose.
Okay,
you know?
that's fair. Can I say I got mine done when I was 14 at this like fucking hole in the wall that should have never stuck a fucking needle through my tongue. And then I went again when it closed up after I had surgery. So I went back at 17 or 18 and I didn't eat anything. And so I went in, got it pierced, and my body went into shock. And when I walked out of the piercing place, I walked down Queen Street. I blacked out. I hit the pavement. A homeless man stole all the cash out of my pockets. My best friend had to run into a convenience store and get me apple juice and like picked me up. I'm not even kidding. Picked me up off the curb and forced apple juice down my throat. Because my body just went into shock.
And how old were you for that one?
17, I think.
Holy shit.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah.
You passed out and got robbed.
I did. I got robbed. A homeless man took all the money out of my pockets when I was face first on the fucking pavement.
Oh, damn. Well, I hope you used it for something good.
Yeah, me too.
At least.
You know what, sir? I hope whatever you did, I hope you ate and helped you out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Yeah, dude.
Also, during this piercing, Ginger starts to change a little bit. She's squirming so much. I'm like, girl, you gotta stay still.
Yeah, dude. Yes.
But it goes back to normal. And B's like, how do you feel? And I think she says wicked.
Wicked.
So
I love the word wicked. I'm bringing that back.
They use it a lot in this movie.
It's fucking wicked, man.
Wicked, man.
Hell yeah.
The poor kid next door finds Norman.
Shit, I think I still use that word. I don't even know why I said bringing it back. Now that I've said it, I'm like, I definitely use that very often.
You can repopularize it. But yeah, the poor kid next door finds Norman, his dog, and you just hear him scream. And then at school, in the locker room, B is taping down Ginger's tail through her underwear, which is crazy. Like it's pulled through her underwear through the leg what do you call it? Is it the leg of the underwear? The opening?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
At the bleachers.
The leg hole.
The leg hole. There you go. At the bleachers, Jason shows up they call him McCarty a lot too, looking fucked up.
Oh, he looks rough skis, man.
He has lesions all over his face. He has a busted lip. He reminds me of Julius in Vampire in Brooklyn when he starts to turn into a ghoul.
Oh, that is such a oh my God, yeah. I love that. Yeah.
And he tells his friends, Ginger Fitzgerald rocked my world. He looks like he got his ass beat. He probably did.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, they're all excited. And they're like, oh, did you get your rag too? Because he has a red spot on his pants. And he says, oh, it must be ink from a pen.
Yeah.
And runs away. Sam shows up and waves. They're all in the field. He waves and Trina thinks that it's to her. So she starts running over, but he's calling for Bridget. And Ginger's like, what the fuck, B? You got a boyfriend or something? And B's all awkward. She's like, no. And she sees Bridget run over there, and Trina sees Bridget run over there and is like, oh my God. And just walks away. She's so repulsed.
Yeah.
B asks Sam, are you on drugs? I am at school right now. I will come see you later. B tells Ginger he thinks I'm the one that's turning. Like, don't worry, I didn't tell anything. But Ginger's pissed. She thinks that she blabbed to him. B says he just wants to help. But Ginger's like, no, he wants to get in your pants, stupid. Which I also understand why she would think that.
Yeah.
Trina says, so sluts run in the family. Kel Shocker. Which I had to Google this.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck does Kel mean? Is that French? I think it is. So I didn't know if you would have happened to know because you had to take French in school, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I looked it up. I was like, this has to be like Canadian French slang or something. And Kel means what in, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong in the actual French accent. But she was basically saying, what a shocker.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But in half French. Kel Shocker. So they start playing field hockey again. Trina pushes B down and Ginger attacks.
Oh boy.
Like she jumps on her and starts beating her ass, like punching her.
I mean, she deserves it. This bitch had it coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The teacher sends Ginger to the office. Trina's nose is all busted. And because now you can see Trina bullying them, you know, calling them sluts and all that shit.
Yeah.
So then we see Jason peeing in the urinal and we see that his pee starts turning red.
Dude, it's so gross. Could you imagine that happening? I'd be freaking the fuck out.
I thought like, oh, he's getting an STD, but I was like, oh, of course, it's the lycanthropy.
Dude, when we were in Mexico, do you remember when we did Lucha World Cup in Mexico?
Yeah.
So I took a bump to the outside and it was like when I took the bump, I felt like I just took it kind of like I was gonna say on my uterus, but like that's what it felt like. That's where I got hit. And later that night, I had like really bad cramps, and I went to the bathroom, and I was like bleeding.
Yeah.
And I started to think that I had internal bleeding. I started freaking the fuck out. But then I opened up my period app and I saw that I started my period. I was so scared and I didn't want to tell anyone. I was like, oh my God. Because I thought I had internal bleeding, but it turned out it was just my uterine lining.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're not expecting it and it happens, but it like really feels like it's not time at all, like not even close,
Dude,
that's very alarming.
Because I didn't PMS that month.
Oh yeah.
You know? No
You're
indicators.
Like, yeah, you're like, it can't be.
Yeah.
So Jason is pissed. He's storming through the hall. He sees B and she notices his pants and he just goes, my red pen exploded, and just storms off.
Yeah.
B finds Ginger and she says, you had unprotected sex and you gave it to Jason. And Ginger just says, oops. She don't give a fuck.
She didn't care.
B is going to see Sam and Ginger wants to come. And B says, okay, but you can't be weird. You cannot tell him that I lied about being a werewolf because he'll, not want to help anymore.
Right.
Ginger's like, whatever. So they go to Sam's house or his greenhouse unannounced.
Yeah, it's the greenhouse at the school.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
Yeah.
That he's growing in the greenhouse at the school.
Yes. He is not happy about them showing up, and I wouldn't be either. Like, don't show up unannounced.
Yeah.
B apologizes to him for earlier, and he kind of tells him to fuck off, but Ginger pushes the door in, and they just walk in.
Yeah.
She sees all of his plants, all the marijuana plants that he's growing, and she says, wicked, smoke us up. Girl, you've had one blunt.
Yeah, take it
Relax.
Easy. But that's so high school. After you have
know.
one toke, you're like, oh, I'm a stoner now.
Oh, yeah. Even before, you're like, yeah, I totally smoked weed before. Sam says, wicked, yeah, huh? Get the fuck out, which I love that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he is growing. He's actually growing weed on the
school property.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Sam starts telling B about a plant he found. It's called monkshood, and it's a cousin of wolfsbane.
Wolfsbane, yes.
Yeah. So it can cause a radical detox, and it only grows in spring, though. And it's October. So that is a problem. They cannot find it growing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Ginger's like, no, look, she's already killed a dog. She's growing a tail. We have to do something about this now.
I love it, Sam. Like, Sam's pretty like chill about the whole thing,
Yeah.
all things considered.
Like, yeah, sure, you're turning into a werewolf. It's okay. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, like he's like, let's solve this problem.
Yeah. Ginger starts getting real combative, feral, if you will.
Yeah.
She calls him a wank job. She says he's a pervert. Pervert. I'm leaving it. Calls him a pervert. Says she's only 15. And then B tells Ginger to wait outside. And then Ginger leaves. So Ginger is at home shaving her furry legs
Yeah.
and notices what looks like a claw coming out of her ankle.
Oh yeah, and her teeth are legit changing too.
Yeah, she has fangs at this point.
Fangs, yeah.
Her mom bursts into the bathroom. And it's such a normal teenager scene of like, get the fuck out, mom. But also, why would you ever just walk into the bathroom on someone without knocking?
No, I agree with that for sure. Ginger like freaks out and she's like basically saying like she's fat. Like that's her reasoning that she doesn't want mom in there. And mom's like, those fashion models that are all on the cover of those magazines, they're all on speed. You're not fat.
That's so funny.
I mean, back in the early 2000s, the very sickly thin aesthetic was very, very, very in, to the point that like if you weren't starving yourself and like coked out of your mind, like that type of skinny, you were considered like fat.
Oh yeah.
It was like the tabloids, the way that they promoted this very sickly thin look was so disgusting, and it fucked me up for years.
Oh yeah, they called it heroin chic.
Heroin chic, dude.
Yeah.
Just comparing my little 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old body to these very thin celebrities that were obviously starving themselves. If I didn't look like that, and I was just getting into wrestling too, I thought that I was fat. And I look back at pictures and I'm like, oh honey, you were not fucking fat. Like,
even in fucking 2016 when we started at Impact,
yeah,
there were people, and you know what I noticed? It wasn't always in the US, it was other countries I would notice the comments coming from that called me fat. I was like 145 pounds and I'm 5'10". Okay?
Dude.
I don't even call myself fat now, and I'm way heavier than I was back then. But I look at pictures then and I'm like, oh, I wasn't even close to being fat. I was way taller and bigger than all the other girls on the roster at the time.
Right.
But I wasn't fat. I am so grateful that I grew up in Detroit, because I feel like having curvy bodies, having a butt was always something more appreciated where I grew up.
Oh, I got you.
So I never fell into that heroin chic desire, but I still witnessed it on television.
Right.
And so once we got to television, I still was like more concerned about like my stomach and things like that, you know?
Yeah. Oh God. I mean, listen, I think I was maybe 130 pounds at that point. And I remember getting comments from people pointing out like, oh, what is that like cellulite on your leg? Or like, what is that fucking roll there? Or what, you look bloated or whatever.
That's
like,
insane.
It like, I can't even put into words the body dysmorphia that growing up at that time and even being on television at that time did to my fucking brain. It warped the perception of what I thought I looked like. Thankfully now I have a much healthier relationship with my body, but it took so many years of therapy and help to like reprogram my brain to not feel like I was quote unquote fat.
Yeah.
Like that was the worst thing that could possibly happen.
Right. And that still happens to this day. Dysmorphia is just different now.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
Absolutely.
you can have dysmorphia for any reason. It can be that you're not big enough.
Yeah.
Especially, oh my gosh, male wrestlers especially, or like bodybuilders.
Dude.
That want to be bigger.
Yes.
Women want, you know, I want this part to be smaller and this part to be bigger.
You're like she has no ass. Where's your ass? Yeah, I have a long back. So fucking what? So fucking what? I like my body.
Yeah.
You know?
As you should.
Anyway.
Anywho, that is important to touch on, so I'm glad that we did.
Yeah.
So she's yelling for her mom to get out. And also, don't go into the bathroom without knocking if someone's in there. That's rude as fuck. So now outside, Trina shows up to their house. It's nighttime. She sees B and she says, give me back my dog. B did not take her dog. Trina says, I saw Ginger take him. Ginger can see this out the window. I think this is a little later in the evening.
Yeah.
Because the mom and the parents are now out.
Yeah.
But we just saw her in the bathroom with Ginger. So Trina is telling B, Sam is a quote unquote cherry hound. He has a thing for virgins.
Ugh.
Which really grossed me out. That phrase just grossed me out.
Ew.
And then Trina tells her, you're as big a cunt as your sister. And Ginger attacks her.
Yeah.
She literally drags Trina into the house. B is telling her to stop. Stop, don't hurt her.
She has like no impulse control at this point.
No.
Yeah.
Ginger tells B, this is your fault. You picked Sam over me. Which, what?
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Ginger tells B, you know, this can't be fixed. And Ginger has her hand covering Trina's mouth. Ginger throws up in her hand. So she lets her go. She's throwing up in the sink, but then Trina's able to get a knife. She's holding the knife up to them. They're kind of backing up. And then Trina slips on milk that spilled in the commotion.
Yeah.
And hits her head hard on the counter.
Dude, those kind of deaths. Listen, am I afraid of like a serial killer? Sure. Am I afraid of like a home invasion? Sure. You know what I'm more scared of? Slipping on something and cracking my head against a fucking normal ass like coffee table and just dying that way.
As you should be, because
like it actually scares me.
No, for real. Falls are the leading cause of injury-related fatalities at home.
There
I looked it up, and also in the U.S., roughly 32,000 people die from falls in the house each year. That is crazy. Sorry, I'm sorry to add to your fear, but the good news is you know how to bump. You know how to tuck your chin.
I do know how to fucking bump, man.
You know how to tuck your chin.
Tuck that chin.
You know, hitting your head on the counter is not that's not going to help you if you know how to bump.
No, true.
But if you do fall, I think everyone should learn how to tuck their chin.
Oh my God, yes.
Because a lot of times people will fall outside the house.
Dude, I've slipped on ice, taken a fucking back bump, and if I didn't know how to tuck my chin and bump, I could have legitimately probably very badly injured myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very scary.
Mm-hmm.
So Trina is dead.
Yes.
She's definitely dead. There's a lot of blood on the ground. And at that moment, the mom is coming back home with the dad. And they're, you can hear them talking to each other as they're walking in. And she walks into the kitchen and says, Jesus Christ, on a bicycle.
Yeah.
We see a body on the kitchen floor with blood all around, but they've staged it again like one of their deaths from the beginning of the movie.
So smart.
Very smart. Because
Yeah.
when they show the body on the ground, I'm like, oh shit, they didn't even hide it. It's Ginger pretending to be dead or laying in Trina's blood.
Yeah. Quick on their feet, man.
Very quick.
Mm-hmm.
B's taking a photo and they're like, oh, it's for extra credit. She tells her dad that it's corn syrup. Her mom goes to put meat away in the garage freezer, but B follows her and distracts her by asking, Mom, what do you guys want?
I loved this whole gag. Like the dead body in the freezer. Mom doesn't see it because she's distracted. I love it. That's a great bit.
It was a great manipulative way. They know how to manipulate their mom.
Yeah, for sure.
And the mom is so happy that she's asking. She doesn't even look in the freezer. She just tosses the meat in. And then we cut to her going, well, if that's what guys want. Like some of them might seem cool, but really they're all the same.
Yeah, yeah.
And then B says, thanks for sharing. And you can just tell the mom is so thrilled.
She is, because that's what she wants. She wants to connect with her kids.
So now the girls go back to the freezer. They try prying Trina out, but she's already like a block of ice.
It's so funny. They start like chipping away at her. But then when they chip away, her like fingers come off.
Yeah, they chisel off 2 of her fingers. And then they do get her out and they move her to the shed. I think it's a shed, right?
Yeah,
Outside.
it's a shed. Yeah,
and they bury her in the floor of the shed.
Yeah, yeah.
We can see the mom talking to the dad in the room, and she's reading some magazine. She's like, oh, why your daughter dates losers. I'm so glad that I kept this. And she's reading it. And the dad tells her, I think they're up to something. And she's like, no. And he's like, then why are they so interested in what you have to say all of a sudden? So he is being very observant here.
For sure, yeah.
And the mom doesn't want to hear this. She's like, just stay in your own world, okay? You don't understand this one.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So Ginger is burying Trina, and B is just holding the flashlight, but she's not looking. And Ginger tells B that no one thinks chicks can do things like this, okay? A girl can only be a bitch, a slut, a tease, or the virgin next door.
Right. So basically she's saying like no one's going to suspect us because girls don't do this kind of shit.
Right. And then she's looking at Trina and she goes, do you think she's pretty? As she's there dead and frozen. And B's like, if I wasn't here, would you eat her? And Ginger laughs at this like, no, that would be like fucking her, which I thought was so interesting to say. B tells Ginger you can't go out anymore. And Ginger is like, I can't stay in. I'll go mental. So B makes a plan to make the school think that Ginger is sick and to make her mom think she's still at school.
Yeah.
And then they're going to get away from here as far as possible once they figure it out.
They're going to take off.
Now we see flyers are up for the missing Trina. Police are interviewing students at the school. And B is writing on the locker, like in school, she's making the sick note for Ginger.
Mm-hmm.
Jason grabs her and throws her into a storage room. And he's like, he looks like he's hitting puberty real hard. It almost looks like acne now, like whiteheads.
I loved this scene because Bridget stands up for herself here. Mm-hmm. I like that Bridget did not just roll over. She like kind of gets in Jason's face just as much as he's in her face.
Yeah, He says, Ginger's avoiding me. I'm growing a tail out of my ass. Maybe you'll have some tips. And he also says that he just killed his dog for fun.
Yeah.
The janitor comes in and they're able to escape. Well, she is able to escape. And then at dinner, Ginger is asked, how was school today? And Ginger goes, I don't know. I didn't go. She's not even trying to hide it.
Yeah.
B tries to cover it up, saying they went on a field trip. And the mom's like, well, Mr. Wayne called today and asked if you're feeling better. So I know you didn't go.
Yeah.
Ginger leaves the table and B tries to follow her again like earlier, but the mom grabs her arm. Because earlier when she did that, she's like, you're not attached at the wrist. Like, you don't have to follow your sister everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But while the mom is saying, okay, tell me what's going on here, B notices the mom's dried up flowers from the craft store.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them are monk's hood. So she's distracted by that. Now, B tells her mom, look, Ginger just beat up Trina. You know, something happened at school. She beat her up. That's it. That's what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And the mom's like, should I talk to her? And I love this because B, once again, knowing exactly how to manipulate her mom, she says, you know, she thinks it's really cool that you let us figure out things for ourselves.
Yeah.
And the mom goes, oh, I was wondering if that approach was working.
Just manipulating her.
So B finds Ginger in the bathroom and she's trying to cut off her own tail.
Yeah.
She's like, I can't be like this anymore. I don't know what to do. And B is like, you can't leave me here alone. I would never do this to you. I would never leave you. And so they cry on the bathroom floor together. So we see now that B is sleeping with a weapon and it's Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Ginger gets up, she goes to the bathroom and we see that her tail is longer. B gets up and locks her in the bathroom by wedging, I think, whatever she had.
Yeah.
Or
this isn't this where the alarm goes off and Ginger just smashes her alarm clock?
oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
just left it.
She basically locks her in the bathroom.
Yeah, she barricades her in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ginger realizes this right away. She starts banging on the door. She's pissed. Ginger says, B, has to get the cure. She says, just shut up and wait for me. Ginger is fucking pissed. She is trying to break this door down. B brings the monk's hood to Sam. He doesn't really know how this works.
No, and he even tells her, like, he says, like, you know, this is risky. There's a chance that this could kill Ginger.
Yes.
Because he pieces together that it's Ginger that's infected,
Oh,
not
yeah.
Bridget. And he basically says to her, like, you know, you might be putting her out of her misery.
Yeah, at the very least, if you're actually ready for that. When he said the best or the fastest way is to inject it, I was like, what the fuck? Like, you
Dude,
could kill her.
That needle is fucking huge,
Oh my
man.
gosh. But yeah, he doesn't know what the side effects could be. He doesn't know what the dosage should be. They don't know anything. So this is all an experiment.
Yeah.
But they go ahead and make their little concoction.
They do, yeah.
They get it into a syringe. Meanwhile, Ginger is banging, scratching up the door at home. And
Bridget ends up going home and discovers that Ginger has escaped the bathroom. And when she opens up the bathroom and she looks in the bathroom, it is like there's blood everywhere. Like Ginger went off the fucking deep end and got her ass out of that fucking bathroom, which is terrifying. The door is off its hinges.
yes, and Ginger goes to the school.
Yeah, she does.
She goes up to, I think it's Jason's friends, like his friend group.
Yeah.
And she asks if they're going to the greenhouse bash tonight because we saw that Sam's greenhouse is all decorated.
And she's got like blood on her forehead and they're kind of like, oh, great costume. And she's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
She's like, I'm in charge of prizes. You too could be a winner. And she flashes them,
Yeah.
which at first I was like, I don't understand the motive here, but I just think it's because she's all like,
I thought she just flashed like her little dress at them.
she might have. But either way, they don't show it. So that's what made me think she could be naked. Also, the same teacher from earlier sees this and is like, you need to go to the fucking counselor.
Yeah.
But I just kind of chalk this up to she's like sex-driven teenager right now.
Yeah. And she's a werewolf, right? She's like,
Yeah.
you know,
She's a sex-driven werewolf and she wants to get it on with everyone.
I guess. Yeah.
So she goes into the counselor's office.
Yeah.
We see that Jason is outside. He's harassing some kid in a costume.
Yeah, because Bridget is now realizing that Ginger probably went to the school and so, or the greenhouse or wherever the fuck she went. And Bridget's like, hey, I got to go find her. She's got the cure with her and she hears a little kid screaming.
Yeah.
She discovers Jason harassing this child, which, okay. And there's like a tussle here between them. She ends up stabbing Jason in the neck with the cure. And we find out here that the cure actually works. He falls down. It looks like he's dead for a second. The needle's like sticking out of his neck, which I thought was a great gag. But it definitely works. He gets up and he kind of stumbles away. And he's just like, I got to go to class and just like leaves.
It reminds me of a real life situation, like a real life thing you would do if you were panicked. You're like,
Yeah.
I gotta go.
I gotta go.
I gotta go to class.
Yes, yeah. So it works. So that's great.
Yeah.
So now she does go to the school, and this is now where Ginger is in the guidance counselor's office. And she pulls Bridget into the guidance counselor's office, and then we see that Ginger has absolutely killed this guy.
Yeah, she's like, he wanted to fucking call Pamela, their mom.
She's also very pissed because she was locked in the bathroom. Right. And she's also at this point pretty much accepted that she's a werewolf and she's okay with it.
Yeah.
She likes who she is now. I think it's pretty obvious. She likes the power. And Bridget basically tells her, like, we have to clean this fucking mess up now.
Yeah.
Like, we have to clean this up because you did this. You need to chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
Right. And I guess, I mean, I suppose it does work in their favor that it's Halloween.
Oh yeah,
with
absolutely.
all the blood, right?
Especially when we see Ginger eventually go into the party.
Oh, she looks so awesome.
Yeah.
But back at home, Dad discovers a few fingers in the backyard.
Yeah.
Okay. And Mom just assumes, oh, it's from one of their death projects. But she does put them in a Tupperware container.
In the fridge.
Which right away, even at the rewatch, I went, I think Mom thinks something else is going on here.
Because why would you put them in the fridge?
1,000,000% yes. Exactly. Yeah.
So B tells Ginger, you need to stay in this office, lock the door. I'm going to go find something to clean this up. She finds the janitor's cart. The janitor goes into Mr. Wayne's office.
Oh, I feel bad for him.
When B gets back, she finds the janitor crawling in the hallway. His neck is bleeding.
Yeah.
And Ginger's walking behind him very confidently. Ginger starts yeeting the fucking janitor into the lockers, into glass. B's yelling, don't do anything to him. He hasn't done anything. And Ginger says, I don't like how he looks at you, which was a thing throughout the movie. Yeah. She was talking about the janitor. B is very upset. And Ginger says, look, he found me, Bridget. I have to do it. The janitor's still breathing, though. He's like...
So which one is it, Ginger? You
right.
don't like the way he looks at her, or you don't... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway.
He's still alive. He's breathing very shallow.
Oh, the breathing is like, oh God.
Like...
Yeah.
B says, he's not dead yet. You just infected him.
Yeah.
So we need to go call for help for him. And then Ginger stabs her claws through his stomach. And here is where B's like, you like it. You actually like doing this.
Yeah.
And Ginger tells her, it feels good, like touching yourself.
Yeah, she compares like the power, right?
Yeah, she said, well, and she also says, every move right on the fucking dot.
Yikes.
Then afterward, you feel fireworks.
Whoa. So it's straight up just comparing it to an orgasm.
Yeah. Like that's pretty intense.
Yep. Sure is.
That would be horrible if that's what it felt like, because I feel like more people would do it. Then Ginger tells Bridget, we're almost not even related anymore. And Bridget is like, you're fucked. Ginger throws Bridget to the ground and says, you should join me. Like, we can have our own little pack. B does not want anything to do with this, and Ginger's pissed. Like, we made a pact together. We're going to stay together forever, blah, blah, blah. Ginger kicks B while she's on the ground and says, I'll tell Sam you said hi, and leaves. So now back at home, Pamela is uncovering Trina's body in the shed. And she just kind of gasps a little bit. And then we cut to B walking down the street, trying to hitch a ride to Sam's greenhouse. Her mom pulls up in the van crying and is like, get in. She hands B the Tupperware when she gets in. And we will find out more about Pamela. And I think your theories might be correct. Maybe she did know something was up. So they get to the greenhouse. And when Ginger walks in, everyone's like, wicked costume, baby.
She does look fucking bomb.
She's transforming.
Yeah.
She looks more like... She doesn't
cat
look like
person?
Yeah, like she's doing a cat costume almost, even though I guess dog, I don't know. But it does look cat-like.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because I kept thinking that too. And I'm like, I had to remember, wait, werewolf is more like in the dog family.
Yeah, she's not fully transformed yet.
No, but her hair is like all white.
She looks hot, dude. That's a great costume.
Her bone structure has changed. Her nose has changed.
Yeah.
She walks through the party, starts making out with a rando who I think is one of Jason's friends.
Super confident, just looking for Sam. She wants Sam.
And she finds Sam. And he's like, you want to buy or something? And she says, or something. And she kind of opens her shirt a little bit. And her body looks like almost withered.
It looks, yeah, like scarred up and
she looks like
weird.
Beef jerky.
It's dusty, yeah.
Outside, Pamela in the van is telling B, go get your sister from here.
Yeah.
you've done a horrible thing. It's one thing if you leave, but no one is going to take you from me.
The fact that mom just straight up is like, me, you, and your sister are taking off together. We're leaving dad behind. He ain't gonna fucking understand. It's me and my girls against the world.
No
I was like, that is a ride or die mom, man. That is Mama Bear. Holy shit.
When she said no one is going to take you from me, I'm like, oh, you're one of those. Like, you're going to cover it up.
Oh,
your
yeah.
kid.
Yeah.
She says first thing tomorrow, basically, that she's going to set the house on fire.
She basically came up with the same plan that they did.
Yeah. And when B says, what about dad? She says, he'll just blame it on me. They all will.
That's what I'm saying.
But I was like, wait, are you implying you're going to set him on fire too, like in the house? Or you're just going to leave him? She doesn't say.
I think they're just going to leave him.
But at first I was like, what?
It's pretty wild.
I mean, it's crazy. But B does tell her it's not your fault, Mom. And Pamela cries and says, yes, it is.
Yeah.
Which is really sad.
Yeah.
B tells her, lock the doors. And she goes into the party. Sam is telling Ginger he's not interested in her advances, but he's not doing a very good job.
I don't know. I was really uncomfortable. The whole scene made me feel very uncomfortable.
Because she's walking toward him slowly. Her shirt is open. She's like, you know you want to. Everyone does. Like, no means no, Ginger.
That's what I mean. And like, she even climbs on top of him. She's like making out with him. But like, he's fully saying like, no, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want this.
And that should be enough.
Yeah.
She starts kissing him.
Yeah.
He does eventually shove her off, which at this point in the movie, I'm like, okay. Because she's a werewolf, yes, you're going to have to be forceful, but he doesn't.
But he keeps saying no and she won't stop.
Yes. And there was also a moment where I was like, is he an adult? Because if he is, then yes, you do need to be more forceful with them and saying no and like push them away.
I'd say he's 17.
I think he is a kid though.
Yeah.
So yes, no means no, Ginger.
Yeah.
But she's also a werewolf.
Made me really uncomfortable.
Definitely. And so he does shove her to the ground eventually and says, I said no. And then Ginger slashes him and he falls to the ground, just like kind of in his abdomen. And at that moment, B walks in and she's pissed. She's like, you bitch. She's like, look, she basically gives in. She cuts her hand open. Mm-hmm. She cuts Ginger's hand open and she does a little like handshake. She's like, look, I'm one of you now.
Right.
This satisfies Ginger enough. So they leave Sam there. Pamela has come into the party now. She's just walking around and the girls are trying to run out the back. Outside, Sam hits Ginger with a shovel.
I love this because he basically thought that he was helping, but really Ginger like agreed to leave. And B was like, why did you just hit her? And he's like, oh, whoops.
Yeah. She's like, this is the only way I could have got her back to the house. And he's like, how was I supposed to know that?
I mean, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they all go back to the house. B shows Sam the wound on her hand is already healing. So B is going to turn.
Uh-huh.
And Sam now needs to cure both of them before it's too late.
Yes.
While Ginger is in the back, they kind of like bound her a little bit with something, but she is progressively transforming. The effect on her head transforming is really cool. Like
it
you
looks
mentioned,
so gross, dude.
it's like pulsing.
Yeah.
And it's like a half wolf head. And like you mentioned, it's all practical. It looks so good.
Yeah.
So they get to the house and Ginger busts out the back of the van, runs into the house. We don't see her fully yet.
Right.
They have to go inside to even get the monk's hood to make more of the cure because B used it on Jason.
Mm-hmm.
So they start sneaking through the house, which we see Ginger has destroyed. B finally gets the monk's hood, but she tells Sam she can't feel her hand.
Yeah.
All of this is very tense, by the way. I'm just kind of like,
oh, it is so tense. It's like, because the werewolf is running through the house. They don't know where it is. They have to go into like a pantry and they have to be very, very quiet as they're like breaking down the flour and trying to like make this thing. But they're also like listening to the door to make sure like the werewolf isn't coming. Yeah. I thought Sam was so freaking brave here, man. He was like, I will take one for the team. Like, I will go out and do this. And B's like, no, we're going to do this together. Like, I loved the whole dynamic between the both of them.
Yeah. I did think it was funny when they first go in, they're moving so slow through the house. And then B whispers, she's like, let's do this faster. And he's like, hell yes.
Yeah.
And they start just doing it a little bit faster.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they kind of lock themselves in the closet, right?
It's like a pantry.
A pantry while they start to grind up everything and make the cure.
Yeah.
And so he tells her, let me do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he's basically taking one for the team.
Like, let me inject her.
Yeah,
right?
like I'll do it. Yeah.
And she's like, absolutely not. And he also suggests at first that just B takes the cure and they leave.
Yes.
And she's like, no.
I know.
So
I don't blame him.
He slowly opens the pantry door because he's going to go sneak out there and find her.
Oh,
Ginger straight up drags him out of the closet and she fucking wrecks him.
I was so sad because I loved Sam. I didn't want Sam to get killed.
No, and I did not expect this to happen to him here.
Yeah.
So I was like, there is no way he can be alive with the amount of time it took that she's attacking him,
Mm-hmm.
and
She's playing with him,
and what we hear.
Yeah, and it's like she's playing with her food.
That's very true. We see blood pooling in from under the door on B's side.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, Sam's dead right now.
Yeah.
There's no way. So B ends up leaving the closet. She gets a syringe off the ground. There is so much blood everywhere, but we see that Sam's body has been dragged somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And so B is looking for Ginger, but she starts feeling faint. She ends up falling on the stairs, and the syringe falls through the stairs, like in the basement.
Yeah.
She starts reaching through the stairs to grab it, and she hears Sam whimper.
Oh, the sounds that Sam makes here.
Somehow, Sam is not dead.
But he's barely alive, and you can hear the way he's breathing. It's the same as the janitor.
Yeah.
And also the terror in his eyes when she eventually gets to him is horrifying.
Yeah, he's sitting against the wall. And so I assume he's going to transform in a minute if she lets him because of the breathing.
Oh.
Because that's what they said about the janitor too.
Okay, got you.
Which I guess they don't know how it all works. But
Yeah.
based on that, he might be about to transform.
Hmm.
We don't know. And we never will because Ginger's a full werewolf now.
Oh, and she's luring Bridget into
Yes.
Sam.
She's luring her there
Mhm.
and she's hovering over Sam's body. And I mean, it's a full prosthetic werewolf effect. She's huge. I feel like she might be the least hairy werewolf I've ever seen.
Same. She looks like a naked mole.
Yeah, naked mole rat.
Yeah, mole rat, but like a big ass one.
I could see that.
Yeah.
So B goes up to Sam's body and she starts scooping up his blood off the ground with her hand and eating it.
Like pretending like, see, I'm just like you. We're in this
Yeah.
together. But then she just starts gagging.
Yeah.
And she's like, I can't do this. I can't do this.
Yeah, and Ginger's pissed, and then she bites Sam's neck, finally killing him. So this is where I was wondering, was she going to let him turn if B was going to turn too and they could be their own pack? I thought maybe because as soon as she's like, I can't do this, I won't do this, she's like, all right, fuck him, kills him.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say but Ginger doesn't seem to like men at all. So
Yeah.
I can't imagine she would give Sam a pass, but maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, either way.
Yeah.
So B has rejected her. Ginger is pissed. She tries to attack Bridget, but Bridget is able to get under the stairs and grab the syringe. Ginger's trying to get her, but she can't fit under the stairs because of the studs.
Right.
And B kicks through some drywall to escape, and she gets to their bedroom. Ginger comes out from the shadows and starts stalking Bridget.
Mm-hmm.
And Bridget's like, I'm not dying in this room with you. I am not dying. And at that moment, Ginger pounces on her and they come face to face on the ground. But then we realize that when she landed, Ginger landed on the knife that Bridget was holding
Yeah.
in her abdomen.
Mm-hmm.
So now Ginger, in werewolf form, is lying on the ground dying. And B is, I mean, this takes a long time, by the way. We're
Yeah.
just going like step by step what happens.
Yeah.
But this is a long scene.
It's very drawn out.
The last like 30 minutes is very long.
It's very like, I don't know if this makes sense, but it was very Romeo and Juliet to me.
It was. And actually, when Ginger walks into Sam's greenhouse for the first time, she's saying, Romeo, Romeo, where art thou, Romeo?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a very, 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 very tragic scene.
Very emo.
The music is like very somber here.
I love the song so much.
Yeah.
And Bridget's looking at all their death photos on the wall. She still has a syringe.
Mhm.
And then she rests her head on Ginger's body and she's crying as Ginger does die.
Yeah.
In the werewolf form.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the movie.
That's it.
So at least she was with her while she was dying. She
Yeah.
did die with her in a way
Yeah.
in that room.
So do you think she takes the cure?
That's what I'm wondering because she has a syringe. So for a moment, I was wondering, oh, is she going to give it to her to turn her back and then save her? But then she dies.
There are sequels though, so
And I never saw the sequels.
I
I really
can't-
want to now.
I can't remember if I've seen them or not.
There's
But
at least one sequel.
it's very sad. I know that there was supposed to be a TV show at one point that was in development. I don't know if it still is.
I need to look into that because I really do want to watch it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if she takes the cure. I would think she at least takes the cure herself.
I would
at
think
this point,
so.
why? Why not?
Unless she really wants to be a werewolf. But after everything that's happened, I don't see why you would want to.
Exactly.
After seeing what your sister just went through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is Ginger Snaps, y'all.
Ginger Snaps.
I love this movie so much.
I think it's such a great werewolf movie.
yeah.
I love it. And it's so true because most werewolf movies are like dudes.
Mhm.
Dudes running around with their fur and shit. And like
Yeah.
it's so cool to have girls, like to have girl werewolves and them to be like the central focus of it.
Mhm.
And you know me, I like a solo werewolf movie. I am not a fan of the pack.
Oh yeah.
I can't stand it when they're all running together. You
So
know?
you'd have been real pissed if Sam survived and transformed and they all had like a little trio.
Kind of. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I just, it's like I don't need to see them all living by the river together,
Living by the river. Yeah, this movie is great. Let us know what you think, please. Please
tell us.
I don't know why I said it like that. We have social media if you would like to follow us if you're not already at Chainsaw Girls Pod, Instagram and TikTok.
Hell yeah.
We also have a Facebook page. We have YouTube if you're not already watching it, also at Chainsaw Girls Pod. New episodes drop Monday at 12 noon Eastern. They premiere on YouTube.
Hell yeah.
We also have a Patreon.
Yes.
And every month we shout out our top tier patrons.
Do you got them over there?
I sure don't.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll get them.
Okay.
No, I got them. I got them, baby. Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Hell to the motherfucking yeah, patrons. We love you. Here we go. Devin C, Angel R, Jolene, David G, John M, Jonathan W, Rob V, David T, Heather D, Franchise Driller, aka Ryan, John W, Millie C, Adrian D, Chris S, Alex T, Adam VL, and James C. Thank you so much for being our top tier patrons. We appreciate each and every one of you. Okay, bye.